Hello, folks. Let me know if you can hear me. Oh, what happened? Who fell in a puddle? Critical error. Oh, goody. I'm sure you all are used to this silly error. It means Fallout 4 has decided to eat some data in my latest save. Fun. Nothing to do about it once you get it. It's just a reminder that Fallout 4's save state is not the most stable thing in the world. Bear with me a moment. I am in the process. Oh, that's right. We had a dead settler that died during the combat, and the companion says enhanced failed to react to it correctly. Like I have code. Here he is. Here's our guy. We have code in there to detect when somebody dies and pivot. Like his head ended up stuck in the cement. Let's see here. Hold on. I'm going to check something. If we added the new MCM tool. I added a tool at some point to Companion Says Enhance, but I may not have the latest update on here. Let's see. Yeah, I may not have the latest update on this computer. There is a tool to force it to reset. It also might be in the holotape. Let me see if I have the holotape. Oh, we can just add it. Let's see. Help. CSE for holo. Again, let's see. There it is. Player.add item 210035 CD. There we go. Now, that, like I said, the option might not be here. So why didn't it sort to the top? That was weird. Usually the brackets sort to the top. Very odd. Okay, so let's see if the tool is in here. I don't think it is. I think it's on the newer version, and I haven't updated on this computer. Yeah, it hasn't been added to this version. But anyway, there's a tool to reset it. So if any of you run into this issue, and I have it on my bug tracker now to try and improve the handling of dead companions. Yorkshire DB, hello, Adamani baby, how's it going? Loneliness till death. Oof. Welcome to the stream. Hope we can make you feel a little not lonely tonight. Hanging out. Cass, how are you? Riker, hello. Canuck, how's it going? Far Harbor. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? Oh, Simp is here. Fantastic. DBG Rides. I don't recognize that name, but I do. For some reason, your icon looks familiar. Maybe you were in a stream recently. Welcome. Young Sage, hello. Alexander, how's it going? Official Zartith. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on here? Hold on a second. I'll make sure my stuff is set up correctly here. Streaming. It says poor connection. Are you guys getting frame drops like crazy right now? I guess you wouldn't be able to tell other than audio, since nothing's happening on screen. Well, we can do is sound okay? We haven't done our sound check yet. Sounds good. Cool. Thank you, guys. All right, let's see. I don't remember what we were doing. I believe we were going to try and do this quest, and we ran into a bug with that I have to look into, and I haven't had a chance yet.
Where's the ibuprofen?
I'm sorry?
Where's the ibuprofen?
I think it's in the bathroom. Visit by Queen Gath, asking for where I keep our secret stash of ibuprofen. Let's see. Sounds looks good. Hello, hello. Ben Vision, how you doing? Yagi, how's it going? Artist formerly known as Dave Gallo. Ah, okay. Hey, Raven. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do about Vault 95. I did not get it. Honestly, I just forgot to go investigate my save. I got very busy this week. So I guess we will continue with our war holotape for today until I get a chance to figure this out. And it may turn out that during our war holotape, if we end up establishing another settlement close to Vault 95, we can end up just doing it from there for now. because I did make myself a save with this issue so that we could kick back to it. So let's do that. Let's go to the preparing for war holotape and launch the next tutorial. Just to make sure these are in tip-top shape. I think we're coming up soon to the ones that are a little bit rough to do. Yeah, this one might be one of those where it's very difficult right now to get a specific person to a rank, and that also actually that job, this might also be a problem too with if you have auto build on, you could end up not being able to complete this tutorial because there's nothing left to build, which actually isn't the end of the world because the tutorials can all be turned off real easily, so we could do that. You guys are stuck in C3. Uh-oh. Where are you stuck at, Kes? Stuck to a bug or just, you're not sure? But if we end up stuck, I will switch gears and go troubleshoot this in real time. I was hoping to avoid it though, because digging through the log files is exceedingly boring for you guys to watch. No selections available for HQ. Good old load screens. Come on, Fallout, you got this. Okay, let's go to facilities, construction. Okay, there's no military jobs right now. We'll check on cleanup, check the hangar. See what options we have for this one. R&D. Well, that's our option, so sure, let's do it. Alright, looks like facility is kind of busy right now, so that one's going to take a moment. We can actually start multiple of these tutorials, though, right now. Don't limit ourselves to one. Let's do recruitment as well. Caps and supplies lure in new recruits.
It's a relief not to be able to run anymore.
Okay, let's head over to Eager Tours and donate some caps. Yeah, Kaz, at the moment, if you want to turn existing settlers into soldiers, you can script them with the clipboard. There's no bulk way, though I do want to add a bulk. But the assumption is always that you'll mostly be not transforming a bunch of settlements over, and it'll be a case of you're recruiting new people, which is what we're about to do right now in the tutorial, which is basically just build lots of extra beds in an empty settlement or a near empty one, donate a bunch of caps, and then you can set it up at the recruitment board, which is, I'll show you on the Warplanner's desk. Or the radio, rather. So if you go to your desk here and go to this recruitment radio, by default, it'll just start grabbing folks for you, but you can also manage the queue. Oops, sorry, you can also go to recruit soldiers, and you can queue up specific ones. So you can just start queuing the ones you want to grab, and it'll start every day, start recruiting more of those. And the number that you can get in a single day depends on how many recruitment stations you have and what level they are. So by default, I think you can recruit 1 new soldier per day. If you have a level 3 recruitment center, you can get an additional 3, so 4 per day. And then if you had multiple recruitment centers, you can get multiple, even beyond that. So, and then of course all of that depends on if you have enough space. So extra beds, as you can see, I just built a pile of sleeping bags, which is fine. And if you recruit new people in an outpost, they will automatically I don't know why I'm losing my train of thought, probably because of that pop-up. And new people you recruit will automatically join your army, is what I was trying to say. Okay, let's see here. Let's build some beds.
But being part of a proper town, it's like being in a family again. Folks
We'll add some more to our sleeping bag pile here. Oh, look, we got some more room over here. Okay, reminder of our recruitment center. Each day, by default, 1 new soldier will be conscripted, but this number can be increased by recruitment centers. The higher level and more recruitment centers now says the more soldiers can be recruited each day. So it adds them all together. So if you get... Oh, that's funny. It counted all the extra beds I already had. So I had 41. All right, well, now I need like a nice number. We'll do 45. Okay, so what did it want me to do? Does it want me to build another recruitment center? Go to recruitment center. Okay. I'm going to try something. This might trigger it. I'm not actually sure. If we refresh this plot, I wonder if it'll detect it. Let's try that. Hey, Sledge. Okay, no, that one didn't work, but we can go to one of our other outposts. Let's go to Tappington. See if that one has a recruitment center. I don't want another, because I think I already have 2 recruitment centers. And Egret, do not need another one. Let's go get one built over here, if we don't have one already. Yeah, we figured out what the issue was with Anniversary Edition and for last patch. It had to do only with one of the Chapter 2 updates for one platform. I don't know if it might have been Bethesda.net on PC, something like that. I don't know where Samus figured it out. And so the last 3.5.2 would have fixed the crashing that only some Anniversary Edition users would have been using. It was definitely something with Bethesda.net, not... I think it was Chapter 2's ESM had a weird flag in it. Just on that platform. It was fine on Nexus. Alright, let's see here. It is exceedingly dark here. What's going on? Why can't we get some daytime? What do we got? Caravan here. We don't really need that, actually. Let's go ahead and shift E. We'll just turn this into our recruitment center. Alright, customize plot. Change plot type. Let's change that to Marshall. Wait. It ignored me. I can't tell if it ignored me or if that's just because it canceled the... It might just be taking its time still. Nope, there it goes. Yep. There was too much going on. I got excited. There it goes. Oh, that's right. We got this slow time thing. What is this legendary called? I want this with a different type of gun. With the gauze, it gets kind of dead-eye. With the gauze, it gets kind of stuck sometimes, and then like I can't actually charge it up for a shot, so I can basically only do just like the quick shots, which is not great. All right, and then we want to change the building plan. We'll do random plus recruitment center. Yes. Alright, now when this builds, that should cover our needs for the tutorial. What's this one? Unplowered building plan. Advanced defenses. Okay.
I knew you would help us.
Thanks for the confidence. Alright, oh yeah, our power situation is not great. Check back at the outpost in 24 hours to meet the new recruits. Alright, this place does have enough extra. We got 17 beds. Cool. It is very unhappy. Don't know why. Because the power shouldn't be doing it. They've got enough food and water. Enough defense, even sans power at a bunch of places. I mean, I guess I'd be pretty mad if I had no electricity too, but... Yeah, see, and you can see the plot didn't even finish building, so I think that the tutorial detecting it was just detecting that I had a recruitment center elsewhere. Okay, so I don't know if I want to fix this power problem or not, because it'd be... I guess we could build a... Let's see. I wish my HUD would catch up here so we could see how bad the situation is. I guess I could just go ahead and set up a power... I don't think... Actually, we don't even need power transfer. We're in a... So this is just a case of our whole network is short on power right now. So we would need to probably head over to Starlight and start making sure some stuff can upgrade there, because that is where our power hub is right now. Okay, there we go. But it already detected it, so the quest is advancing. And we can just sleep for 24 hours, I guess, and we'll force that to go through.
I expect tourism.
Good to see you, General.
SS2 is built and updated on the pre-next gen version. Should always be updatable unless by changes. Okay, yeah, correct. So we build against 169 or 163. I don't know. Whatever the version was that was on GOG is what I update against. The last patch before they put out the next gen update. Just because that way everybody can use it, presumably. Because I don't think a lot of folks are on older versions than that of Fallout 4. There we go. That completes that one. Nice and easy. Okay. So the military one might take a minute for that to complete, so we'll leave that one. We'll go back to the next one. So far, they're all working pretty well. Recruitment advanced. All right, let's do it. Each soldier has a unit type. This generally has to do with where they came from, what sort of creature or machine they are, and occasionally their specialty. Your army has a default unit type called the Recruit. This unit type will make up the bulk of your forces. They'll automatically recruit every day, provided you have enough beds and resources available. Not all unit types can be a recruit. These are called special units. These are much less malleable than recruits. They'll often have locked-in loadouts. Some of them aren't really soldiers at all, but machines or creatures that can assist your army in battle. So, help kill the pests. Wrong quest there, buddy. What is our actual objective for this? Wait, where'd the quest go? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me check this quest. I wonder if the quest is set up. I gotta reload up the CK. If I forgot to set the quest to a type, then the objective can get weirdly lost. Let's see here. Let's see if it's under miscellaneous. No, I don't think it's under miscellaneous. Did it just fail to show a quest objective? Okay, we gotta figure out what's up with advanced recruitment. Seems something funky afoot here. Alright, I am loading this up. I also don't recall if this holotape is stored in Chapter 3 or in Chapter 1. Tend to try and put everything mechanical into Chapter 1's ESM, so that way I'm preparing for the one day when we'll want to make a build of SS2 that's storyless, so that people can have like an ultra compact version of it for mechanics. One day. Don't mind me on my other PC right now trying to get my creation kit loaded. I usually do this before the stream, but I did not have time this evening. My family and I got sucked into a game of Ascension. I don't know if you guys have played that. It's like a deck building board game. Very fun. And we taught my 6-year-old to play it, so now it's become a family game. Yeah, that's what I figured. So at some point, people would just be like, "Yeah, I don't feel like playing with Jake and friends." And you can ignore the story in SS2, but if you're not going to play with it anyway, you might as well save yourself the space, right? Because it is a significant amount of space between SS2 and all the expansions and the extended. Something like 8 gigs, I think. So I could probably make like a 500 meg version of SS2 that's just buildings and the mechanics. Again, not something I'm rushing to do because it will then, from then on, it would be very difficult to, it would be way more work to update new builds. So it's one of those things I plan to do like when we go to maintenance mode, where it's just like, it's kind of end of my development cycle, and I'm going to just kind of only show up again for critical updates. So I don't think you guys want me to rush that out, because that would mean I'm wrapping up, being done with SS2 updates.
A daughter like that, right in front of their eyes.
All right, still waiting for CK to load so we can check out what's going on with this quest. Where are we on the map right now? Like, what's around here that we haven't captured yet? I guess we haven't captured most of this stuff over here. Quick saving, because I vaguely remember coming over here last week and something went wrong. I think I crashed, maybe? Look at that. Called it. Alright, hold on a second. Okay, where's my window? Just a second. Please stand by. You guys ever do that? You just know. You know the crash is coming. You just feel it in your bones. We get this intuitive sense. We can feel the engine working. It's like Neo. You can see the Matrix. Okay, back to the game. All right, let's see if it happens again. I'm just curious if, like, is this part of the world just bricked for us now? Or was that just, like, some crazy... good luck on the quick save?
No way I could pick this.
Yeah, I think I might have just lucked out on that. Well, I'll take that, because I would rather not have this part of my game world be inaccessible. Okay, CK finally loaded after the crash. Let's see here. Let's see if I can figure out where this tutorial is stored, so we can figure out why it's not working. That does not look to be in Chapter 1's ESM, so I assume it is in here. Let's see. Miscellaneous. Wait, no, it's not miscellaneous. Is it item holotape? Here we go. Oh, wait, that's not what it's called. Okay, what did I call that holotape in the CK? I know it's preparing for war in the... Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. I was clicked on... Oh, wait, no, I'm not. I'm the right thing. Let me sort this by name. Preparing for war. What plugin is this in? Yeah, this is in... This is in the base. Okay. It's just called War Tutorials, not Preparing for War in the editor ID. So give me a second here. So usually I'd like to put this kind of stuff in the base so that way, again, it's there for everybody in the future. All right, so we look at this holotape here. This is going to run this terminal. Okay, recruitment advanced. War tutorial quest. Character quest. Okay, I'm still confused right now. The CK is telling me I have no SS2 records. Okay, there it goes. That was really weird. There we go. War. Okay, let's see. Recruitment advanced. Let's see if I set this quest up incorrectly or if maybe I forgot to give it a starting objective. Could be either. So, okay, it's set up as a side quest. It has an icon, so that's correct. So it may be that it just failed to show the initial objective, and that would make it just be missing from the menu, because without an objective, there's nothing to display. Yeah, it's set up identically to the other ones. So what is the first objective? The first objective is adopt a new army unit. All right, looking at the properties of this. Oh, I guess I can bring you guys over to the dev. Hold on a second. I haven't checked my PC for public information on display, or personal information rather. Just a second. Oh, I got to show you guys something too. Once I bring it over to my dev machine, I started making. For those of you who were here on Sunday, I talked about this idea, and I couldn't get it out of my head, so I started making it, which is a vortex extension where you can talk to your load order. You can ask it questions like, "Do I have any power armor mods installed? Is any mod in my load order known for crashing? Are there any load order sorting I need to do?" Things like that, and it'll uses an LLM and analyzes your load order, checks all the mod pages to see if it can find answers to your questions. It's pretty neat. I have a long way to go before I could make it like usable by others, because it's kind of in derpy programmer mode right now, where it's like everything is very text based, but could definitely be made to be user friendly. Let's see here. Okay, I think I can bring you guys to the dev machine now. All right, so what I'm looking at here is this. What I'm trying to figure out is, why did we not get an objective to display? So I'm going to look at our quest here. So generally what happens, actually what we can check is I can go in game and I want to look up this ID under which quest stages have been run. So I can see what quest stage it's on right now. So I am in the game on my other computer, running a console command to check if the quest is running. It is, and it's set on stage 2 right now. So if I look at, so quest starting, quest started, okay. So startup complete. So what is supposed to happen when startup completes? Startup completes, it explains the tutorial, and then it never shows any objective. So that would explain why nothing happens. So So it looks like this quest is in here and it is incomplete. I do have this check for recruitment thing set up. Interesting. Explain unit type. So yeah, this quest is not configured correctly. I'm trying to see if NPC conscripted unit type. All right, let's look at the quest record and see. Does it have... Okay, so it has objectives set up, but it has no stages or... So yeah, this is just incomplete. So I just never finished this for some reason. Well then, that would explain... Hold on a second, let me get my list of to-dos here, because that's going to be, again, too big for me to do on stream. All right, so finish... Advanced recruitment quest from War to War tutorial holotape. Okay, give me a second here. Where did my chat go? Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys this little extension I started working on. So I got this extension here. I'm using Olama, which is like an open source LLM. So it's, I believe it's all, it's like the data it trains on is all, it's not stolen data. This is not a generative AI, so this isn't generating slop. This is literally just to generate text so that you can figure out problems with your load order. Or the reason that I actually made this is I've been playing a gigantic mod list. I still have to make this support a Wabbajack list too. Currently it just supports whatever's loaded with Vortex, but I should be able to make it work with Wabbajack too. But I have this giant Wabbajack list, and sometimes I'll run into some feature and I'm like, what mod is adding this? I have no idea. And so this will be a tool to figure that kind of stuff out. It'd be like, all right, what mod is changing my trees? And it is not, this is not a fast, because this is a local hosted LLM as well. So it's not going to be going to the cloud to, spend a bunch of resources on, one of the things with AI that people are angry about is that it's the amount of money wasted on these data centers is crazy. So instead, this is going to be a locally hosted one. I have to put like some sort of features so you can see how much time elapsed is and everything, and make it so it'll type in real time. Right now, it generates the whole message, so it takes a while. Say, based on provided context, seems that Boston natural surroundings is likely responsible for changing your trees in Fallout 4. And then it'll cite sources of all the mod pages it looked up to see like where it got its answer from. So my thinking is that for a lot of people when they are trying to play like a, a collection or Wabbajack list, it'll be nice to be able to learn which mods are doing what. And then when you run into trouble, instead of having to go mod page by mod page and yell at the author or to the collection author, you can probably find your answer yourself just by it with plain English search, which I think would be helpful. This is one of those things I think chatbots are really good for, that I think, AI is just everyone just hates it right now in general, because it's all, people consider it all encompassing, right? It's generative AI making slop and people stealing content, like all these bad things about AI. But in the end of the day, it's a tool that's really good at sourcing through ridiculous amounts of data. So, being able to have a search that only searches your mod pages seems really valuable. So I actually asked Nexus if they'd consider doing something like this. And I think that they are probably nervous about the minefield of announcing anything AI related to their brand, especially while they have a new owner right now, right? They don't want to rock the boat. They don't want people to think that they're going in the wrong direction. So, but I think this could be a cool extension, especially if I can make it work with the Wobble list too. So gonna tinker with it and see if I can get it working well enough for myself. And if so, I'll publish it. But I don't really want another job supporting this, because it's just going to be kind of a tool for myself. So it might become one of those. I know I usually don't do this. I usually hate when people do that. Like, oh, I'm putting this out. I made it for myself, and you play with it if you want. But in this case, I could imagine it being just a massive headache to support it. So if people like the idea of it, I might put it out. Maybe I'll do it like only release it instead of publicly on Nexus, like host it on our Discord or forums or something where it's like, yeah, KG doesn't have time to, to support this. So if you like it, great. Open source, it's open source on Git. Feel free to tinker with it, something like that. But yeah, this is just something I was fiddling around with yesterday because I got hooked on the idea, and it was like, I think I can whip something up pretty quick. Like using these language models is pretty easy. All right. Anyway, that was it was just something I got excited about yesterday, and it works pretty good just out of my quick early draft. Like this is just first draft. I did it in half a day. All right, let's get back in the game. So we know advanced recruitment is broken. I've got it on my list now. Let's try the next one. And we haven't heard, the HQ one hasn't clicked back in. Okay, hold on a second. There we go. Wait a second, where's my controller? Why is it not reacting? Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Got control again. Yeah, it looks really promising. Yeah, I think it could be useful. I just know a lot of people get stuck on stuff like that, and myself just playing through with a giant 600 mods that I'd never played with, it was just like, whew, this is overwhelming. It's like if I want to disable a feature for my next playthrough, I wouldn't even know where to start without having to bother the person who created the Wobberjack list. Beneficiary used Claude to sort through assets and drafting dialogue for the KSP mod I'm using. Okay. I guess KSP doesn't really need good dialogue, right? But you don't show up to Kerbal Space Program looking for the story of the year. Okay, let's get back into preparing for war. Okay, so advance is broken, military is running. Let's go to soldier roles. No, I mean, you said you were using it to draft stories, and my comment was basically alluding to that. I don't anticipate any great writing coming out of an LLM. So, but I don't think you need to have great writing for a KSP story mod, because I think the bar is rather low, right? Given that there isn't any story, and those goofy creatures, you wouldn't, you know what I mean? It would be like I don't expect a great story from a Rabbids game. Roles determine how a soldier reacts to the war, determining whether they come to aid during assaults, stay and defend the location, or provide support in some other way. Roles are in addition to, not a replacement for jobs. You can change soldier's role menu from their manage soldier menu. Let's see. Yep. Okay, good. It ran. We correctly got an objective, so I didn't leave this one hanging, which is good. Okay, that one we're still waiting on. All right, let's go back to Taffington. We can shift some roles on. Oh, you know what? I just got that 6th sense again. Crash sense is tingling. Guys, we're clicking in HQ storage. Can we have a cancel option? If you... Oh, it doesn't... I didn't put a cancel option there. Yeah, I can add that to the list. That's a terrible oversight. Hold on a second. Let me start another note card. I don't know if you guys know about my slick organization system. I bury my desk in to-do note cards because it forces me to... If I want to clean up my desk, I have to do the work. It's not... I don't put like one to-do on each card or anything, but I have like a bunch of cards on my desk right now with the various mods that I am in charge of, and I put a little tag in the corner for it, and then just start writing out bullet point lists on these index cards until I run out of space, and then I start another one, and they're laid out on my desk so that they are forever, irritating me, forcing me to eventually clean them up. It's like a form of self-punishment. Let's see here. So, cancel button for HQ storage. Yeah, that would be a very simple and important quality of life thing. Added to the list, sir. Okay, let's see here. Assign a soldier to guard duty. Sure, we can do that. Let's see. What do you got, buddy? You're already a guard duty. Oh, you know what? We're going to cheat. Hold on. We're going to change your role. We're going to make you support.
Everything hurts.
And we're going to change it right back. Guard. You're a guard now. To settlement. To Tappington. Yes. Confirm guard duty. There we go. Guards provide increased defense at a location. High defense score makes it less likely to be targeted by invading forces. They will defend your territory to the death to stop enemy forces from taking it. Soldiers assigned to watchtowers, basic, advanced, and high-tech defenses will automatically be given the guard role. Okay, patrol to a non-outpost. All right, what about you, buddy?
You know what I call a good day? One that ends without an empty stomach.
Congratulations, you are a patrolman. We're going to patrol you to... Where are we? I don't want to send him too far, because then we won't see him going back and forth. Do we have County Crossing yet? Or did I never take that? No, I never took that. What's close by to here? I guess Ten Pines isn't terribly far north. Yep, 10 Pines. Alright, patrols create a link between their home outpost and detonation settlement, or territory. Patrols are one of the few roles that cannot also be assigned to jobs. The location they are patrolling to is under attack and needs help. They will send reinforcements from their home settlement. So, you know how when you get into assaults and the enemies get reinforcements, you can set up reinforcements too for during defense. It's not necessary most of the time because you're not going to get any crazy defense, like assaults against you yet. That was always one of the dream items to add, like one of the wish list items to add to the mod is like to have like really intense defensive battles as an option, because the base game when raiders attack your settlement is pretty pathetic. So having an option to have some pretty massive home front battles with reinforcements and stuff could be fun. Doesn't happen often in SS2, but and it's something I haven't really dug deep into. That'd be that's one of those type of things when we talk about, what do War Mechanics 2.0 look like? That's kind of the type of stuff we'd be looking at. Although really, that almost leads more into another thing that I don't know if I'll ever get to because I don't know if the game can handle it. Is I've always loved the idea. Those of you who watch me regularly have heard this idea many times, I'm sure, of invasions where after you defeat the gunners, other groups could just start doing invasions without a quest, right? Just be like a Radiant type system, just so that you have unlimited war to go through if you want to. We just have to dream up an opt-in system so that people who have no interest in that don't have it forced upon them. Okay, let's see here. What's the next one? Assign a soldier to the support role. Okay, all right, you buddy.
I'm not so worried now that you're here, Jeff.
You're gonna just keep changing roles for us. Okay, soldiers in support role will remain at their outpost, manning any plots they're assigned to, but won't be pulled into conflicts outside of that outpost. This makes them perfect for maintaining important plot benefits your army needs. So the idea was for the martial plots that add significant functionality, you would set them to support so they don't get pulled in. And then your warriors would get pulled into all sorts of conflicts. And we also have this setting, which actually can override that. And I think during the early phases of Chapter 3, this is on by default. Let me see if I can find what's called. Oh, going back to patrols, because the patrols, their secondary ability there of calling reinforcements isn't particularly useful. Primarily, I think most people who use patrols, it's just it looks cool, right? It looks fun to see your people marching around the Commonwealth. All right, let's see here. So, what is that setting called? Here we go. Planned assault soldiers. So it's warriors only is the default, except at the very beginning of Chapter 3, it will bring anybody, because before you're taught about all these differences, or you have a chance to really do it. But for the first couple of quests of Chapter 3 that are involving war, this will be switched to any role. So you might see people that you set to support or defense showing up. But then eventually, after you get through a little bit of Sal's tutorial, I think after the first quest maybe, it switches us back over to warriors only. Oh, I'm falling behind on chat here. How many hours did it take to develop SS2? Oh my god, so many. So many. Because SS2 was the result of learning from SS1. So SS1 got to a point where it was just like there was too much technical debt, and there was like a limitation of how far we could take it before the game was just going to explode. That we had to kind of restart the code. So I would consider even the SS1 development time part of SS2. So, I mean, I first released SS1 in 2017, and we've been working on it since. So, 9 years, and it's not like it's a full-time job or anything. It's a hobby, but at the beginning for a few years, for the first probably 5 or 6 years of it, I probably put in close to full-time hours on it personally, and then there's been probably over 100 people that worked on SS2, so it's a pretty big project. It's going to keep going for a long time because there's plenty more tech debt that SS2 has accumulated that I'm trying to clean up right now. Defensive battles in a game where stealth archer is this broken sounds fun to me. Yeah. I mean, that's so like I made this. I don't think I have it installed, but if you've played the settlement ambush kit for Creation Club, that was one of my designs of that. It was basically just an infinite defensive battle because I thought that felt fun. It seemed like a fun idea to me too. I was like, yeah, I'd love to have a raid that just went on forever and I could just continue to murder thousands of raiders. What kind of other factions would there be, or has that never gotten that far? It's never gotten that far, but the other factions would be the obvious ones like Raiders, Super Mutants. We could do the major factions in Stu Brotherhood, Railroad. Like if say you took out one of them, then their remnants could show up and start attacking you. And then if we ever do that system, I would make it injectable. So if people want to like take other mods that add cool factions, like Mutant Menagerie or something, and turn those into invading factions, they could do so. So it kind of sky would be the limit on invaders if we ever do something like that. But the thought was, if we do the invasion system, just like what happens during Chapter 3, where the gunners just take over a bunch of random settlements, it would be kind of that. Like they would set up, their own, a bunch of settlements would get taken over. One would be declared their command outpost, and then the rest of them would be incidentals, and you'd have to like kind of take them apart until you found their command outpost, so you could destroy that and then shut them down, and then you could start another war with somebody else if you wanted. Some sort of system like that, to where I would be very heavily inspired by. Have you guys played the Mordor series, like Shadows and Mordor? Was it Shadows of Mordor and is it War of Mordor? I never actually played the sequel, but I love the first one. I know I played the sequel a little bit. I have both of them. The first one I played, like, I almost 100%ed that damn game. I loved it so much. But that system where you have to, like, work your way toward getting to the final base by interrogating some of the orcs and stuff, like things like that, I think would be really fun. So, a lot of ideas for it, but I don't know that the game can handle it all. Which is a common thing we run into, and why we're on this slow journey toward making our own thing. Are there plans for super mutant settlers or settlements, not just as troopers, but regular settlers? East Coast muties aren't as smart as Master Gen 1, but since F2, I'm fine with the big guys. It's not something that we've ever done. There was somebody on our team who went by Beebs online, and she had been working on a super mutant settlers mod for a long time, but I don't think she ever finished it, and I think it kind of died on the vine. But yeah, it was never something we were going to pursue. We do have the like West Everett's Estate super mutants that you can team up with, but those are just done as soldiers. Shadow War, thank you. Rip Nemesis system. Yeah, they trademarked it and then never used it again. So sad. Such a cool system. Hey, Phil. Okay, what did we have? Let's see. Assign soldier to the warrior role. Okay, let's grab. Actually, let's go. Where's that dude that we just assigned? We can give him the warrior. Oh, he probably went to bed, huh? Yep. All right, we'll give him the warrior role, and then we'll see if we got any gear we can hand him. How do I enter his house? Here we go. Hey, buddy. You're gonna wake up as a warrior. Warriors can go on assaults to help take more locations of the Empire. They also defend those places to the death to stop enemy forces from taking them. Okay, is that the last part of this? It might be. I think we just kind of give you a tour of all the roles, yeah. Okay, manage soldier, and then we're going to trade. What do we have we can give him? Baseball bat, no. A random laser pistol. I'm looking for something a little bigger. Something that we're not using. Yeah. Yeah, I guess laser pistol it is. I gotta give him some ammo for that. Let's see. I don't think you have to give much to NPCs, right? Like, if you even give them, like, 20 ammo or whatever, that's plenty. Except for, like, rocket launchers and such. Alright, we'll equip you with that. What do I have for armor? Do I have any armor laying around? No. Okay, well, then what we'll do is we'll go manage soldier, armory options. Oh, they don't have an armory yet. I need to build them an armory. Okay, and then he'll get some. I can give him some better gear then. All right, let's do that. All right, we don't need this recruitment center anymore. We just did it for that quest. We'll switch it over to an armory. Random armory. Accept. Keep this option. Question from Kildane about creating ally faction. Oh, hold on a second. Is it possible to set up a faction ally with? And if so, is there a tutorial available somewhere? It depends on what you mean by an ally. If you mean through the HQ system where they show up and are like, hey, we want to join your cause. Yes, there is a tutorial for that. And there's also in that tutorial is how to have them, you can get them involved in the final quest, in the final like big battle in chapter 3. And then they can show up to your advisor meetings. Like there is a tutorial for all that. If you want to find, I'm sure somebody else could link it. I'm not going to grab it right this second, but it's wiki.simsettlements2.com. On the lower left, I think in the bottom, like third of the nav bar, you should see a something to do with modding tutorials, add-on making, something like that. I don't remember exactly what the nav is called, but if you dig in there, you should be able to find some tutorials on making an ally. Hey, Nick, how far are you in chapter 3 now? We're on the last quest of Salvador's little mission to take out the stingrays, but I'm having a bug right now that has stopped me from completing it. So right now we're just testing out all of the Warcraft tutorials, and then if I get to all those done, then I will go start debugging Salvador's quest, because I don't think it's an issue with his quest. I think it's actually an issue with my save, but we got to do some deep log diving to find out, and I was trying to avoid doing that on screen. I just never got a chance this week, or never remembered to do it this week, I should say. Alright, this is probably going to have us capture some territories. So. Alright, territory bonuses. Non-settlement territories provide bonuses to a beneficiary settlement while they remain under your empire's control. You can view these bonuses and choose which settlement gains them from the Manage Territory menu on the flagpole territory marker. You can also see these bonuses from a city or war planner's desk under View Settlement Modifiers. I actually don't remember where it is on the... Is it under here? Yeah, View Settlement Modifiers. Here we go. So we have the Medford Memorial Hospital is giving us 8 daily supplies, giving us some chems. And let's see here. Next modifier, giving us chems. Also, it's giving us 2 types of chems. That makes sense. So if you're on, if you are not on component difficulty, which I'm not, then basically you would just add these together. So I'm going to get 18 chems per day. We're getting plus 50 ammo, plus 2 weapon parts. We're getting organic scrap from organic materials from Watts. Oh, that's interesting that it's showing the same thing twice for the modifiers. I actually should... I wonder why it's doing that. That's interesting. I'm going to put that on my notes to try and look into, like, why is it double showing the same information twice? Why are modifiers territory. And that just might be that I have like an excessive description in there or something. Showing. Okay. Plus 30 building materials. Water bonus. We're also getting one. I don't know why we're getting a water bonus from there. So what we did for these is there's a bunch of location keywords. Also interesting that it's plus 10 water bonus, but then water output increased by 20. Something funky there. I'll have to look into what that's doing. But what we did is there's a whole bunch of keywords on locations, and we flagged each keyword to have a particular value or a series of values. And so when you capture a location, you get all those. And some locations have no keywords, so then those will provide no benefits. So there's a mod that I believe Samet's put out that makes sure that every territory, or most territories, have some sort of benefit. We're getting plus 20 food from Watts as well. Okay, Watts is quite the valuable one. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to make a save here. Save weird territory modifiers. So I will remember to investigate that one. Okay. Alright, what was that quest? Change beneficiary settlement of one of your territories from the territory marker flagpole. Okay, well, let's go to let's see, where's Watts Electronics? Right over here. Okay, we'll go to Watts and change that one over. We'll just give it to a different settlement. Hey, Babylonia, how are you? Oh, thank you, Canuck, for finding that tutorial. Okay. Oh,
Yes.
and we're right at the flag.
Lost
Okay.
track of how many
So we
blisters
can
I
go
got.
to manage territory, change beneficiary settlement, and we can give the beneficiary to anything. So we can give it over to, for Watts, this was all like home stuff. So we're actually going to give it over. Can I give it to Starlight? Yeah. There we go. So now if we click manage territory, we can see that settlement is Starlight. So then all that stuff will be directed into it. Not that it matters because we're on a network. So it's all kind of the same bit, but the idea was that there may be some territory benefits that would be very specific. Well, I can't talk. So this is that's kind of future proofing for it. Like in the way SS2 is set up currently, it doesn't really matter who the beneficiary is. But again, we're trying to imagine like what if there was something where one of the settlement bonuses was you gain a free set of guards that you don't control, right? Like maybe robots that patrol between your settlement and your territory, and then it would make sense, for it to be a targeted beneficiary. So the idea was always the benefits could be literally anything a mon-author could dream up. Okay, let's see here. And then that completed and then didn't do anything. So is this one broken too then? Or let's see what the quest status of that one is. Let me find the... All right, just a second. I'm going to find what the stages are on this one. More tutorials, territories. Okay, we got to run a console command here. I'm like right on top of my mic. I'm going to go ASMR on you guys. Oops, can't spell territories. Forgot. Oh, come on, keyboard. IES. Okay, yeah, see, we're still stuck on stage 2. Script. Open this script. Let's take a look here. It's funny, there's a bunch of code in here for handling different things. Yeah, it looks like I set up all the code to handle things, but not to tackle all of the objectives and such. It's like the quest is like mostly finished. Very, very odd. Okay, let's put that on there. Finish. Territories. War tutorial. Okay. Okay, so we've got 2 now that are in weird states. Okay, good to double check these. All right, this one might still complete. I don't know if HQ is already done with all of its military rooms or not. Okay, so let's go to Vassals. This will be our last one. Converting a settlement to a vassal puts it under the control of its residents, who will go to work generating supplies for your empire. You'll no longer be able to build an allocation, but you may send guards and soldiers protected from invasion. Okay, this will be a good one to check because I think we've talked about in chat. Some of you guys have said that you've had no luck with vassals working correctly, so this will be a good one to do. Young, is it possible to add a way to change the settlement receiving the bonus you get from Young Paul? Ooh, excuse me. Probably not, because because it's all done on the other end, I believe. You know what I mean? Like, you do it from the territory, not from the settlement.
Looking for trouble, I hope.
Let me go check that real quick though. Like, let's go back to Tavington. I don't think there's an option on the modifier itself to change the beneficiary. I think it's always done at the marker. I could add it. There's nothing like technically preventing it. To where you could go to the settlement where you're receiving the bonus and move it from there. That could be, it's doable. Colin, I seem to remember you talking about the vanilla companions having more interactions with the story. Preston with Aiden, Curie with the Nightingales. Is that still on the table? Uncertain. So there's, I think the bigger focus would probably be less with that, with interacting with vanilla companions, and more with just letting you get to know those characters more if we were going to do any more with them. So we have like outlines for personal quests for each of them, kind of like you do with the companions, so where you get to explore some background thing for those characters. But I just don't know if it'll happen. We will see. It's TBD.
Next time, or I'll shoot you myself.
Okay, let's go to view settlement modifiers. Okay, yeah, we don't have an option here, but we could add. I could add that on the QOL list of add change beneficiary option 2. It would also be a good quality of life, because then you don't have to go to the territory, right? If you're just like, nah, I just want to move it out of this settlement. Alright, it is on the list. You'll get an issue, one save where I got assigned to a settlement I'd taken but never used, and it wasn't on the trade network. Yeah, I'm not sure how that's a good question about the vassals, like how they would show up visually. I actually don't, like, I don't know that they would show up with a provision or not, because they're effectively using the Nuka World system to do it. So I actually don't recall how that's handled. So let's turn that one off. We're not going to be able to complete it yet until I go update the scripts. Revert one of your settlements to a vassal from a war planner's desk. All right, let's go find one of our settlements that we're not making heavy use of, that maybe is not doing a ton for us. Let's see, how about... No, Sunshine's doing a ton. Oh, we lost Oberland in the war. Oberland would have been a perfect candidate. I guess we can go do Hangmans. We're not really doing much with that. Oberland, under attack. Are the voice actors still available for those personal quests if you ever do them? Kind of. So, let me think. Aiden has, so the voice actor who does Aiden, he retired from voice acting, but he said if we ever wanted to do more Aiden, he'd come out of retirement for us. Let's see, Cassandra, we don't have close contact with her, but that's her, like, it's her full-time, she's a career voice actor, so she'd be available, we could get her. Lupe is a maybe. Lupe is a streamer. I actually don't remember her streaming handle. So she's a maybe. I assume if she's still doing that, I think people generally who are streaming, you know, they're in the entertainment industry, right? So they would have no problem coming back. Jake, definitely we could get back, but Jake, we'd probably need a little bit for Jake, right? Oh my God, the settler came back to life. I think CSE is just screwy. Jake, I guess we would probably want just for, some dialogue so he could be a part of the story as well, but obviously his story is well completed. Let me think. Who else am I missing? Sal. Yeah, we could get Sal back. We worked with Corey not too long ago. Who am I missing? Teresa. Teresa's still doing this. We could definitely get her. I think that's Mansfield. Mansfield, I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a while. I'm not sure if he's still in the business or not. So I would say most likely we could get them all back. The ones that's been a challenge to get back is Conqueror voice actors, because that has been a long time, very long time. And like I know we can get Jammer. I know we can get TK. I think we can get and Maul for sure. Ophelia is super questionable, and then Pandora I don't know that we can get back anymore either. Okay, let's see here. Oh yeah, we were gonna build a war planner's desk in here. Got distracted by all the raiders. I don't know why we keep getting 14 XP. I don't know what causes that. Happens all the time. Bunch of hammer in there. Alright, what are we missing for our war planner's desk? Always the screws. Alright. Okay, we'll be back. We'll be back with some screws. If you get them a response to them not having any ideas in HQ would be good too. What do you mean not having any ideas in HQ? Can you elaborate? Like, I would love to just see all of the voice actors just do more just generic lines, and like banter is one of the things we never got to that was always on our wish list of like, it would be really cool to hear more of them talking to each other, right? You just wandering down the halls and Mansfield and Teresa start a conversation, or Aiden and Lupe, and just hear about their reactions with each other. It was always like high wish list item that, you know, because the development takes so long on these, and it was always just like, man, we just want to get something out, because you know, your guys' enthusiasm was fuel to keep us going. So when we would go too long without it, things would drag. So it was, you know, important that we got regular releases out. And so some of that stuff ended up being like, oh, we'll patch it in later, because we just needed to get something out, and then later just never happened, because that's sometimes how life goes. Okay, we're gonna head into Diamond City, and actually, hold on a second. I had to do a level up. Do I have? This is where I would normally get all of my screw needs taken care of. Get the scrapper. Yep, already got all my favorite perks maxed out, or maxed to the level that I care about. Okay, that's pretty awesome. All in on luck. If you ask if you got any ideas, they just don't respond. Really? Oh, I thought we had some stuff for that. I'll have to check. That might be a bug, Kaz. That might just be they're not set up correctly, because they definitely have a lot of random dialogue to play. I'll have to check on that. But that might have been one of those things that slipped through the cracks because at the time we didn't know how to do it. I know it was something we like figured out at one of the charity mods. It was somebody showed us, somebody else on the team, I think Adelino showed us. So like, oh, you just do this. And I was like, oh my God, how did we not know about that? Yeah, having like your core cast have a lot of commentary about what you're doing and cross character banter is something actually we made happen for our next Skyrim project because it feels really good, and I hate that, you know, that's one of the things that inspired the existence of King Gath Creations is like there's all these things that when we're doing mods that get left on the cutting room floor because, you know, it's so hard to get stuff done. Like I'm a mutant with projects. I can work on the same project for 20 years and I don't mind. Like I will just keep on going, but not everybody is like that. And so the pace that we can build things in the volunteer space is so slow that most people lose their motivation before we get to finish everything. So now being able to have a bunch of people focus on stuff full time as their job means we can just kind of do all the cool things we dream up. I mean, there is a limit, obviously. Like we eventually gets to a point of diminishing returns on paying voice actors to voice all this stuff and to actually build it out in the creation kit. Like there is definitely an upper limit, but we can do a hell of a lot more than we have in SS2 with extra dialogue, which probably sounds shocking given how much dialogue there is in SS2. Okay, we need some screws. So you each have a shipment of screws? That would take care of this. I think we need 4. Oh, there's one. I think I saw another one up high that I skipped over by mistake. Oh, there we go. Typewriters. You know what? We're just going to take them all. Because that's cheap. Thanks, Marino. I'm not a synth. At least I don't believe I am. Okay, where were we doing this? At Hangman's, that's right.
Squatters, right?
Kaz is the they don't respond to any ideas. Does that happen in person and through the HQ radio? Just one or the other? Both? Yeah, both. Okay, cool. Well, at least the trees are broken in harmony. But we'll go check that and make sure it's not your save issue. I'm guessing not, because you've been playing this mod long enough that you'd have run into it, but you'd have known by now if it was just one save. But always good to have verification in my Let's Play save, because we know that this is pretty clean, so I can use it for figuring stuff out. No, we don't want to convert. And then we're going to instead change settlement type, convert to vassal. Okay, so let's see how this shows up on the map. So does it do this? You get the icon and it's just not showing as with a connecting icon to the map to your empire. So then I guess the next question is I need to run to a settlement with a Let's go to, well, we're going to save first. Fast traveling, always risky in this game. And then we're going to go to Starlight, and we're going to use the, actually, you know what? Not Starlight. On second thought, let's not go to Camelot. We're going to go to somewhere a little bit safer. Starlight is getting pretty ridiculous. Like, how many people do we have there now? Oh, 47. Okay, it stopped growing. But everything is level 3. It is, I way overbuilt that place. It's a little dangerous fast traveling in and out of there. And especially the last time I looked at a crash log from it, it was, of course, nav mesh, which better than the power grid crash. I mean, because that means that Workshop Framework's doing its job, but the nav crash is something like that's going to need another F4OC DLL to fix, and that is outside of my skill set. Yeah, I'm gonna go check and see it. I'm gonna go see if mine's generating the war supplies, because the idea was with the Vassal is it takes whatever their production is of generic supplies and converts it into the war supplies, or of scrap. So I don't remember what the rates we have, but it's, you know, certain numbers of each of the plot types and resources they have would correspond to supplies. So you could effectively just, it's like they're still taking care of their own needs with food, water, and stuff, but then they're building you war supplies out of their surplus. Okay, let's check the reports and see what we can find out here. So, reports, production report. Although I guess this doesn't really show by settlement, does it? It only shows the current settlement. Yeah, I guess we would need some other tool to check, you know, what we're getting from each other settlement. Which that could be useful. That could definitely be a useful tool. It would be very complicated to make, but it should be doable. In fact, I would almost certainly bet that CBR Gamers mod already does that. But I can put it on the wish list of, because that would be a good way for me to investigate and see if I'm actually getting this. Actually, you know what? I have a note from a couple weeks ago I made that when we talked about this. I'll just add it to this. Need an in-game. Oh, you know where, I know where we can try and check. We can try and check it in the VR manager. In-game report. Let me go try that and see how that works. In-game report on terminal. We might also be able to use the common array for this. So let's go check those things. To see production.
Hi, how are you?
Out here.
All right.
We gotta
Add some
take
notes
things
there.
one
All
day
right,
at
let's
a
go
time.
back to HQ. So I feel like maybe we can do it from the comm array or from in the virtual reality system. You're going to do easy mode next run through, Zuzo? I was actually thinking about doing hard mode on my next run through because I know the issues that crop up are different depending on which one you're playing, and the difficulties of like what you need for QOL and stuff change depending on the difficulty level you're playing. Was one of the risks of building in 3 difficulty levels that are that dramatically different on the under the hood is it's 3 times the work. Hey, there we go. Military job updated. Okay, yeah. So here's one of the quests that's a pain to do easily is like, how do you track down a rank 2 or higher soldier? So I'm hoping I can find some fairly easily because we ran so many assaults already. Okay, let's first go check and see if the comm array terminal has something like this. I don't remember what of the options it has on it are. I know it has an assignment system, but what do we have here? Select the location to manage. Okay, let's see if... What are we looking for? What did we just transfer? We're looking for Hangman's Alley. Hangman's Alley. Let's see what it says about it. Okay, it just has optimal reassignment. So this would be a good place to put this. The reports, to be able to look at them here. Kind of like that. I'll put that on my notes. Since we already have this system to pluck the settlement. So like it would be cool if this had, so you know how in the city planner's desk we had those different reports? In theory, I should be able to just build new versions of them that show up here, right? And then it would just do the exact same stuff, and then you could just come in here and grab that data real quick. And then alternatively, we could come in here. Now this is less reliable because what it tries to do is use SS2's HUD to display the information of whatever settlement you select. I find the HUD is very sketchy on whether it responds. It's one of my pet peeves about working with Fallout 4 is we've got this system to add some new HUD stuff, and it is just very finicky. Okay, so let's see it. Where's Hangman's? So let's activate Hangman's here. So now what's supposed to happen is it will display the settlement here, show you the plots where they are relative to the workbench, and then the HUD on both left and right is supposed to update to show you the stats of that computer, of that place. But you can see like the supply usage keeps coming up. I don't know why that is. There we go. Got that switched back, but then it's just empty meters. Don't know why it does that. If I look in the logs, it's always correct. Like the data that it shows is correct, and just won't display it physically. What I do want to do is hide the companion status enhanced for a moment here. Uh-oh. Autosave. Come on, game, you can do it. Oh no. Oh, we're back. Okay, but why isn't this hiding? Maybe because of the autosave caused some problems. Let's do in combat and see if that makes it go away. Hey, Curry, how are you? Corey, sorry. No, I'm gonna say it wrong every time, and I don't know why I just can't. You can't say it. But hello, welcome. The VR quest, you have to set it up, like you have to do the quest now. It used to be optional, but because it was causing scene conflicts, because the same characters are involved with it as are the next quest in the main quest line, I just made it a mandatory quest now. So you actually at least have to come in here and see it once, but then you never have to come back here if you don't want to. Though there is if you do all of the Chapter 3 content, including the epilogues, and depending on your ending, you can end up with a special guest in here. Okay, hold on. So we're going to do... I want to set up some hotkeys here. So I want to set up the hotkey to show the full report for this. So hotkey... What is the report for that? Resource panel... I think it's change the number report section. Yeah, this is the one we want. So we're going to cycle through with this. So we're going to go okay, replace keybind, yes. Alright, so this, yeah, here we go. So what we want to see is, okay, this is showing 10 pines still. Alright, let's try Hangman's Alley. Okay, well that's clearly not correct, because Hangman's Alley had that giant vault settlement, right? So there's a lot more than just this. Refresh markers. Let's give it a second here. Huh. What is going on with Hangman's? That can't... Maybe that is right. Maybe because it's stuck at level 1 on that city plan, and that there weren't that many plots in there. You know, it has a big elaborate design, but I actually haven't... I don't remember how many plots I actually found in there. But we're not seeing any daily change. Yes, there's something funky here for sure. But I have it on my list to go dig in and see if I can figure out what the reports are. So we'll get to it and we'll try and figure it out. But for now, we will move forward. Because I would like Vassals to work how they are advertised. I think it would be nice to be able to convert settlements you're not using into, you know, their generic supplies into the war supplies. Because the idea was, a lot of this stuff was like, how do we, people who are not interested in microing all the war stuff, of like, how do we just get them up and running real quick? Or where they could like do the quests with minimal tinkering needed with their setup, right? To where it's just like, all right, well, I don't really like these settlements. Let's convert those over. Boom, most of my needs are done. Now I can focus on soldiers. Okay, let's see here. Assault a settlement using that option, and then transfer rank 2 or higher. All right, let's go to E grade. I bet we can find a rank 2 soldier. The HQ announcer goes by Cynical Bounce. That is the art lead at King F Creations and on SS2. She does most of our 2D art, does a lot of writing and concept art, and is kind of in charge of all the art decisions on our team. Okay, here. All right, let's see if we can find...
Hey, thanks again for giving us a place to stay. Was real nice of you.
Oops, you need medical treatment. Sure.
Nothing a few dogs won't fix.
That disease you got, or that injury you got, some dogs will fix that for you. That's fine.
The dogs are doing great.
Thanks, April. Rank 1. Alright, we got any rank?
Don't worry, Jim. We'll kick their butts, and good.
I'll see your rank, buddy. Rank 1. Okay.
Hi, everything okay?
Rank 1.
You came through for us.
Oh, what about this guy with the
Thanks to you.
cannon? Nope, he's still rank 1 as well.
Farm will carry on.
We'll whip them, won't we, General?
That ain't a good thing, though.
Oh, you know where we might find somebody is at some of these territories, because they stuck behind and were guards. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Well, you got a crazy helmet.
Yes.
You're rank 1 too. Okay. Alright, let's go to... Nope, not that. Let's go to... Watts Electronics. We'll check some of the folks that are hanging out there. They would have been definitely in a battle.
You hear what happened to that Aberneth? The girl? Shot down by raiders.
Next rank, 50% of the way.
Wish I could say I had
Almost
half the
there, buddy.
guts you do.
Thanks, appreciate the support. Where else do we have? Where have we taken?
Standing
check
up to it.
Medford. Rank 2 is fortunately not too hard to get to, so hoping we can find somebody pretty quickly. I know I've seen rank ups when we've been doing our assaults. But yeah, this is one of those tutorials that I know will it'll solve itself when I either bring back the personal guard system, or we, which I think I have a solution for personal guards, is that I might make it so that they are exterior only,
Wish I could say I had half the guts you do. Standing up to a
to where they will follow you
creature
around
twice
when
your
you're
size?
upstairs, but then when you head inside,
That's
they
no
stay
joke.
behind. Because one of the reasons I didn't implement that feature again is because watching people play in Conqueror with a troop of like 10 guards, so obnoxious to see them crowding out the NPCs and blocking up, messing up dialogue scenes and stuff. So I guess I could make it a player-controlled option, right? Like just make it so by default they stay outside, but if you really want them to follow you in, you can turn that on. Because if you had a personal guard that could gain rank, it'd be very easy to just grab somebody, run around with them for a while, and boom, they rank up.
Guys.
Run by
Nice and easy.
ghouls? Isn't that...
Alright, check this log. Too busy reading thirst tweets. Yeah, I think the charity events have devolved into that and sketches. Like I gotta set like a minimum threshold on like certain things, like threshold the sketches in particular. They're so fun, but like, you know, if our goal is maximizing money we raise for charity, then we can't have every donation turn it into a 25-minute sketch.
You're one of the good ones.
They're so funny, but yes, they take up enough time where it's like they definitely reduce the amount of stuff we can get through.
Do to them.
good to meet ya.
Oh, we got somebody limping over there. Maybe he's a... Did you rank up, buddy? No, you didn't, but you could use some medical treatment. We got you, bud. We got you, Jones. Oh, wow. Took a serious injury. Getting them to, like...
Damn it, it's broken.
Perma-limp and stuff was such a pain. I'm glad I did it, though. It feels cool to see them wandering around. Like,
I knew you would
feels
help
like they've
us.
actually got injuries. But, yeah, it's why the NPCs, when you do the medical thing, like when you do the treatment, they fall to the ground. Because in order to get them to switch to, like, one of those limps on demand and then turn it off, you have to switch their animation
what
state,
you
which,
did?
for whatever reason, we can't do easily in the base
You'll
game.
always be welcome here. Good to see you.
Life. Life's hard. But it's ours. And that seems worth it to me.
How have we not found a single rank 2 yet? But yeah, this is one of you're a visitor. This is one of the complaints I see frequently about the tutorials, and I agree with. This is not fun to run around trying to find a ranked up person. And I know we have some. Just where the hell are they? I don't know. One of the items that has been on my wish list forever, and I recruited somebody to help with it for a while, but they fell off it. I don't know if it was just we were having trouble communicating like my vision into actual visual stuff and trying to make it work on Xbox too, because the person who I was working with was the person who put out the SS2 Settlers UI, which is so nice, but that was done with script extender, and I was like, I want to build a new UI for the map that doesn't require script extender. So we came up with a mechanism to where you could load a holotape that had a map to display, and then we could override the icons with more information, because I wanted it to be TAFE on Xbox. And we got some of the way there, but then figuring out like what information to display, and you know, the map we loaded the holotape didn't look as good as this. It was like it only took part of the screen up, and the project just fell apart. But I really think that is one of the core elements that's missing for the war and territory systems to be fun, is to have some sort of map reference. Like imagine if you had, if we could override show supply lines to have like another button, like you could, maybe this could cycle through, excuse me, or if it went from like show supply lines to show empire control to back to normal, right, to hide all, or you could cycle through instead of it just being a toggle. so we could show, you know, all the territories and stuff you controlled at a glance. Because like right now, I don't even remember all the places that I've captured. I believe we have mass enterprise. We have some of the stuff over here, right? We grabbed... What was that one we did? Mass fusion containment shed? Mass fusion disposal site. Let's check there. It's one of the two role. Well, I would say there's quite a few roles we need to fill at KGC, but like of full roles where we have nobody in. One of them is UI, another one is animation. Would love to have some full-time folks in those positions so we could do really cool stuff. And that would definitely be something I would get if we hired a UI person. That would be one of our first projects. Would be like, all right, I know this is not for KGC, but we want it anyway, because we need a new map for some settlements. All right, where are all my people at? Do we even have any guards here? Freedom fighter. There we go. Maybe one of those guys ranked up. Did we miss some good loot? Dog meat.
Hello, sir.
Hey, buddy. Nope, rank 1. I appreciate that you're using this high ground up here. That's pretty cool. Pretty rare you see NPCs managing to path something like this. Did we get it? Did we loot whore all this? I think we did. Good, good. Okay, then we'll go check out the interchange over there. I can remember a few times my companion butt scooting across the Commonwealth because they didn't properly cover him getting downed. Like where they're like kind of floating in that position. It's always fun. Yeah, finding a good balance for the disease mechanics is always a challenge because you do want, you want to simulate some realness of like having them be able to spread the disease, but it ends up creating like an exponential loop most of the time. So it's one of those things in the back of my mind of we need more tinkering to do. I don't think it's like an overhaul level like some of these other systems need, but I can definitely see a world where I dramatically change the numbers for sanitation, disease, all that at some point.
Good to know there's still people.
Yeah, I don't know where our rank 2 soldiers ended up. She settled or died of dysentery. I wonder if I gave that game to my kids and told them that was the one game they were allowed to, because we have a pretty strict rule about how much screen time people can have in our house, ironically, given how much I have to have, but like when family time, like we only watch television or movies like maybe one day a week, and my kids can only play around with iPads and stuff a little bit at a time. If I told them they could have unlimited, but all they could play is Oregon Trail, I wonder how long that would, how long they would engage with that. Because I remember playing the crap out of that when I was younger, but I hadn't experienced Nintendo Switch yet in my life, right? It didn't exist, so my basis for comparison was much different than theirs would be. To where like, if do kids is the desire for screen time enough to play such a simplistic game by compare, you know, graphically, or would they be like, nah, no thanks, Dad, no thanks. Look at that, my looting instincts are too strong. I can't resist. All right, I don't know that we even actually control this place proper. Let's check the territory. Yeah, I don't think this turned over control. I'm gonna put that on my bug list too, because that's supposed to turn over, but it did not seem to work. I should have access to it. Let's see. What is this location called again? Coast Guard Pier. It's also possible that it might be I only have it set up to do it after we finish internal affairs or the Sal's whole quest line. I don't remember, so I'll have to double check that too. Alright, there we go. Another note. Alright, okay. I'll stay on the map here. Did we take any of this stuff? I don't think we took the broadcast station. I don't know that. I don't think we took Cutler Bend either. Okay. Okay. Not finding a rank 2 anywhere. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to go and try again at running an assault on Vault 95 and see if maybe just like my save file has had some time to cook through its scripts and stuff. Let's see if it changes anything. Spiffin Rivers, oh my god, he would destroy this so fast. There are so many exploits available. Oh, you know what we need to do? Hold on a second. So, like, I was getting an issue with doing the assault from the... Well, I'm gonna try both. So I want to go try and do the assault with the binoculars and stuff, and then we'll try and go back and do it from the desk. Because it can't get... that would be crazy if it gave us the warning about distance when we're... Oh, hello. Okay, wait, so we can just use this for, like, free jet and then switch to doing something else? That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I don't know that I'm ever going to be able to get myself to get rid of this gun. Jet on a stick. It's probably my new main until we find a different Deadeye weapon. Pull Q. Boo. He's fighting mutant and dog meat. My screen is darker than Riker, so your hand is two different races. Oh man. How are the Brotherhood alive for so long? I mean, I'll take it. I feel like, isn't there, what's the mod called? Is it Tougher Vertibird, Stronger Vertibird, something like that? Like, I feel like that would be one of those default mods I just automatically put in my load order. It is funny to watch them crash, but it's a little pathetic how easily they do. Like, it makes the faction seem super weak. It's just everybody fighting here. We got feral ghouls, we got super mutants, gunners, raiders. Just found a little Commonwealth war over here.
You see me, human? That way! Get it?
Wait, what was that he had? Hold on a second. Overcharged laser rifle. I thought it was one of those Gatling lasers. Like, ooh. I want to give big dumb guns to my soldiers. Who's still alive over here? Why are they shooting my dog? Oh, Gunner Soltron. Okay. Why can't I stim pack you, dog meat? I don't like this. Oh god. Oh god, I don't like that sound either. Oh. Did you see the interview with Todd where he talked about TES 6 development on CE3? On CE3. No, I watched the one today he did with Kind of Funny Games. Oh, I think we went over because I grabbed that gun. Yeah, I really need to go set myself up a container at HQ and dump some of this stuff off. I don't need to be carrying it all around all the time. Like some of these things that I'm keeping for RP reasons. There we go. Okay, well, we got distracted by a little side quest to kill lots and lots of things, which is, it's alright. Okay, let's go see if we can take on this. So we're going to try and use binoculars. If it fails again, we will we'll go to see if we can run it from the desk at Egret. Oh, the crab weapon.
Maximum crabs!
I don't think I've done that on this character yet. Like I don't know that. I think I have some of the charity mods installed, but oh, a raider's trying to sneak in and take over. All right. Nice. Okay, let's see here. Baltimore 95 is a potential target. Reload. Oh, I gotta get some more flares soon. Fire in the air. Let's see if we get the no outposts in range again. No, I think it's gonna happen. I'm seeing. Oh wait, no, that wasn't a gunner. That was a mannequin. I was like, I think I was a gunner up here. Nope, it is. I think it's gonna happen. Here we go. Here we go. Wait, did raiders take over? Why did raiders take over? I wonder if it just detected that one random spawned raider and determined that that was the owner because they were alive at the close. No, it wouldn't have mattered. I guess unless all the gunners were already cleaned up. Let me check. If all the bodies were cleaned up from previous. Uh-oh. Yeah, I wonder if it was like there's no gunner bodies left here. I wonder if just because that one raider was here, some settlements was like, oh, it's a raider territory. I'm like stuck in this weird thing from all the slow-mo. There it goes. Is anybody downed? I think everyone's good. Okay, well that's a bug either way. It should not have... I'm going to see if I have a save before this. I'm going to let it do the camera first, though. But it should not have put raiders there because it's part of the quest that it needs to be gunners. So, why raiders at Vault 95 during C3 internal affairs? Yeah, I definitely killed them before I started the quest, but that shouldn't matter, because they should have been the ones in control of the space anyway. Because they're flagged as on the location record. I think it was like a weird quirk where I have the territory system set to look for enemies to determine it. And I must have set it up in the quest incorrectly. Like, we can override any of the locations to be specific, to be like, this one's always going to be that, and especially for the sake of during chapter 3 this made more sense to be gunners. But we gotta let our scripts catch up because they're still doing cleanup, otherwise we would have gotten the camera by now. What did I grab that's over? Oh, just a little bit overburdened again. Wow, why am I carrying bags of fertilizer around? Alright, we definitely need to go do some inventory management. There we go. Nice. Okay, so now Salvador should show up here. There he is.
Excuse me.
The Overseer's office is often treated as a Vault's nerve center. It's likely the Gunners have made it their center of operations. We should secure it as soon as possible.
Okay, so I'm gonna do here. Let's see, save Vault 95 quest in progress. So we can continue with this for the sake of moving on with the quest line, but I want to get a save before we did that assault, which should be right here, where I want to just make it a save for troubleshooting. I'm just going to get closer that Raiders took it over to see. I can look up and see why that happened. Okay, we'll get a little bit closer. This time I'll leave the Raider alive too for the save, just so I can use that as a test point to see if that is what the issue was. I also am going to do some. I'm also going to close the game out. You know what? Actually, we're at a good stopping point. I would say I'm going to close the game out just because doing a lot of save reloading, you can end up weird bugs with stuff that's stuck in memory. So I wouldn't trust the state of this playing forward on that vault save right now. Oops, I got turned around there. All right, let's move this way. I want to make sure that Raider is still alive over here. Because what I might need to do, because I don't know if you guys saw that when I marked the location, the flag appeared. What I might need to do for this place to make sure that it's reliable as controlled as Gunners, I might need to just force it to be a territory once the quest starts instead of waiting for you to mark it. So you can see, I'm sure you've seen many times in SS2 where that happens, where you get to a place and there's already a flag there. So like we can do it preemptively. It's okay, now there's no Raiders here, so this would be interesting to see what happens if I run it now where there's no NPCs about. So hold on, we're actually going to do that test real quick. But first, I'm going to say save Vault 95. And I actually have that saved from before. So this is interesting. Like I'm trying to remember if I'm on. I guess I installed patch 352. And that would have changed some stuff, so maybe that's why my save is suddenly able to assault here. I don't know. Very odd. Or it could have been, you guys saw I got that, when we started the stream, we got the error about SS2 having data corruption, having to rebuild it. So maybe when we ran into that bug, I think 2 weeks ago, that maybe it was the data had been corrupted and SS2 detected it today when we logged in. Hard to know for sure. But all right, we're going to do one last test. There goes the territory. We'll pop this off and we'll see how this goes before we end for the night. See if we get, do we get Raiders or Gunners? We're hoping for Gunners would be correct. But I'm kind of hoping the bug happens again because it'll be good for troubleshooting. Who do we get? Who do we get? Yep, Raiders. Okay. Well, this will be good for deep diving to see what the hell went wrong. But all right, guys, this will be that'll be some off-camera time for me to dig in and see why Fallout 4 and SS2 hate me. And yeah, we'll see you guys on Sunday probably. I am doing a little travel this weekend, and I should be back in the evening on Sunday, so I should be here for some more of our Fallout 3 New Vegas playthrough. But if not, or if you're not following along with that one, then I'll catch you guys next Wednesday for some more SS2.